All right. Good day to you. Hope you have an amazing day today. And I wanted to bring a topic that I really haven't discussed before in detail, at least in a public setting. And there's a lot of stuff happening in the world these days, a lot of challenges and scary things and unknowns that are occurring. And I think I really noticed this over the last week, but have seen it um, a lot, over these recent years, just around how much consumption there is around news events and um, issues occurring in the world, and how much it actually impacts our mindset, our well-being, and our day-to-day lives. And so I wanted to speak to this a little bit because I don't know about you, but I've definitely been stepping into this place where um, I've been trying to separate myself a little bit more from some of these current events or politics or war or these types of things because it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of bandwidth and um, time out of our lives for things that do they really matter? Do they really matter when it comes to the day-to-day aspects of our lives? And so I wanted to share some thoughts with you guys around just some places to look, and some places that can contribute to better well-being in your life if you find yourself getting sucked into these areas or down the rabbit holes or just in a place of legitimate concern for yourself or your family, that type of thing. And the first place I want to start with is that piece itself of just the noticing um, of the impact on your nervous system. How does your body feel when you're reading about these news events or these things that are happening in the world? Take stock of that. Are you even being aware of the impacts, or are you just being present to the after effects of it? Maybe you need more sleep or you're eating sugar or that type of thing. It's a place of noticing. And one thing that I start to ask myself is how much does this really matter in my life? How much of an impact is this really having? And again, this is something that we can assess on a day-to-day basis, but my assumption is that for most of us, these things that are occurring in life do not have a major impact on us. It might feel like it, but really, um, it doesn't. And then, so how often are we getting consumed by the drama, the news, these political things that really just become a drain on our life as opposed to something that actually serves us? And so that's a question that I'm asking myself very often is like, how much does this really matter? Am I getting drawn into the drama when really I should be looking at creating other things in my life or creating an impact of other areas? And this is such an important piece because Werner Erhard talks about, this aspect of, does our life really matter? Are the things that we're speaking about really making a difference in the world? When we're posting on social media and posting our opinions, does it even matter, or is it just going to disappear into the ether, make us feel like we're contributing when we're really not? Another place to look at is, well, where can you put your focus? And this is important, right? If you're going to spend your time on this earth and your energy, where are the places that would be really meaningful for you? The places that, are going to be time well spent and give you energy back. And then the last place of looking at really is boundaries. What boundaries need to be put in place? We're all human beings. We all get sucked into drama and things that don't serve us. But what are some of the boundaries that we can put in place, right? Maybe we limit the amount of news that we consume. Maybe we stop conversations that are happening, when family members or friends go off on tangents about these things like politics or news or war. If you ever find yourself in a place where you're like, I don't really want to be in this conversation, maybe that's the opportunity to step up and say something or just excuse yourself from the space. All places to look at, and ultimately for us to be connected to, what does life well lived look like for us? Is this thing contributing to the overall fulfillment and the joy in my life, or isn't, or is it not? A couple places to look. Bye for now.